It has to be the ultimate high in this rivalry. Just having a ticket to come to the Mecca of college basketball. Cameron Indoor Stadium for Duke and North Carolina. That's why we're here. One of the biggest games of the year. Number 4 against number 2. And this is the first time in the history of this legendary series that these teams have faced each other when they were both 7-0 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. The winner of tonight's game will take sole possession of first place. This rivalry is deep in history. Some of the best players who ever played here still involved in coaches or just enjoying the rivalry as fans, especially on a night like tonight. Good evening, everybody. Mike Patrick, Dick Vitale. It's great to have you with us. If there has ever been a game that doesn't need any hype, you're looking at it. It is the 9th time these teams have met when they were both in the top 5 of the country. I think that's remarkable. What are the keys for each to win tonight?
Well, I think when you look at North Carolina, number 1, they must dominate in the lane, take advantage of the great size inside of Lang and Haywood, just like Stanford did with the college guys and got Battier and Boozer to foul out. Number 2, they better be able to handle the pressure of Duke. Ron Curry's going to be pressured and harassed. He better not turn the ball over. And number 3, if Carolina wants to win, they better shut down the lethal trifectors of Duke, the best three-point shooting team in America. I don't know about you, partner, but I've been waiting all day for this, baby.
I've been waiting all year for this one. It should be a great one. Brad Daugherty is with us. He's down among the crazies. Let's check in with Brad.
Ambassadors, please join us in a moment of silence for the staff and players of Oklahoma State who lost their lives in a plane crash in Colorado, and for the passing of Hall of Fame coach Al McGuire. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineup.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike. We've got a heck of a battle here tonight. Maybe the biggest rival in all of sports. I think you're right, Dick. Brendan Haywood has to establish himself early. Go to the backboard. They need points from him. Ronald Curry, he's got to play great defense. He's playing against possibly the best player in the country in Jason Williams. Back to you, Mike and Dick.
All right, thanks very much, Brad. It is always a joy to have the opportunity to see these two teams play. But Dick, with the ACC so strong with 5 teams in the top 12, and now you have these guys, number 2, number 4, we can even look a little bit ahead. They're going to play again at Chapel Hill. They'll probably play again in the ACC tournament. These 3 games will go a long way in determining who gets that seed in the NCAA.
Well, I think we see 2 potential number 1 seeds here, especially if North Carolina could somehow miraculously get a win here. And I said miraculously, they've lost 5 in a row in their battles against Duke. I think when we talk rivalries, Duke and Carolina to me is the greatest sports rivalry of them all.
There's Jason Williams, Player of the Year candidate. Carlos Boozer, the center, who will have so much pressure on him, facing Brendan Haywood inside. Mike Dunleavy. They have already introduced the Heels starting lineup. And Shane Battier, the other Player of the Year candidate.
Shane Battier, called by Mike Krzyzewski the most complete player he has ever coached. And you think about Grant Hill and Dawkins and Leitner, that is one heck of a statement. He didn't say he was the best. He said the most complete, fundamentally solid, a guy that's a great inspiration, a great leader.
What a marvelous atmosphere. Here is the matchup, and to me, Dick, there are 2 keys, the center and the point guards.
Well, Curry's got to really do a great job getting the ball inside. No one's really talked about free throw shooting. What an edge that is for Duke, because North Carolina right now is in last place in the ACC shooting free throws. In fact, 3 of their starters are 50% or less. Haywood, Lang, and Curry. And that could be a detriment coming down the stretch if it gets to be a Maalox smasher and a real close game at the end.
Here's the rivalry, the 207th meeting. North Carolina with the big lead overall. They have won 5 of the 8 games when they were both in the top 5, but Duke has won the last 5 games and has a 5-game edge here at Cameron.
And, Mike, let me ask you, I know you've been around sports a lot. Am I overhyping it when I say it's the greatest rivalry in all of sports?
Absolutely not. This is it. I've never seen anything like it.
I know Army-Navy special, Michigan-Ohio State, Nicholas versus Palmer, Yankees-Red Sox, Celtics-Lakers, Packers-Bears, but this is Uno number 1.
Battier controls the tip. This is Williams against Curry. Duke at home has been stunningly good, just like that.
Doesn't waste any time. Picks up from knocking down those 2 threes against Maryland in that last minute in a miraculous comeback.
Now you can bet Jason Williams is going to force Curry to make decisions just like that. And our good friend Dan Bonner made a great point the other night that Curry has really gotten by on athletic ability since he was in high school. He's going to be really tested tonight as far as his knowledge of basketball. Steal. Nate James picks it off. Here comes Dunleavy on the run.
What a nice look.
Boozer, and he is fouled by Haywood.
Dunleavy, an outstanding passer in transition. I think the one great asset that Duke has, they have 4 guys that can really pass the basketball, and they all can shoot. There's Dunleavy with the good pass to Boozer. Boozer draws contact. Mike, I was so envious of you the other night. You calling that game with Brad. I ate my heart out. That was one of the unbelievable comebacks of all time.
It was remarkable. Brad Daugherty down in the court. Brad, what do you have for us?
Well, I went out to get a little bit of fresh air, and as I went towards the door to open the door, there's about 300 kids outside beating on the door trying to get in, so I was told to step aside. It would be ill-advised to open the door. It's rocking outside.
Well, you don't need any fresh air. I know you didn't get any fresh air when you were here as a player.
These kids are yelling at me now. I'm trying to get out of the way.
4-0 Duke.
Boozer really trying to deny the ball inside to Haywood. They got to go to the box inside.
Haywood gets it this time, stripped by Dunleavy, but fouled by Dunleavy.
They're really going to try the game plan, and talking to Matt Daugherty before the game, was to get the ball inside to Haywood. Last year in their 2 losses in a regular season, he took a total of 12 shots. He's got to get at least 12 to 13 opportunities here tonight.
He is the all-time leading percentage shooter from the floor in North Carolina history. So obviously this is a guy you want the ball, especially when he has good position.
I'll tell you, look at the free throw line as we look here between the clubs. A big difference, and especially when you look at Haywood, who's 1 for 2, has been shooting 50% on the line.
And 50% hasn't hurt him a lot yet this year, but this could, in a game like this, it could kill him. Williams with a foul shot. And the rebound to Joseph Forte.
Duke averages about 25 3 opportunities a game. Knocks down 10, which is leading the nation per game, 10.6. Oh, they had him right there. They missed him. Capel missed him. Had Haywood.
Lang takes Battier outside with him. Now here's the big man. Backs out. And
nice
comes
pass.
in. Dumps to Lang. Great pass by Haywood.
And that's taking advantage of the tandem on the interior and the great power in the low blocks.
1-point game. Dunleavy lost it. Pass a little bit behind him from James. Curry, and a basket by Jason Capel, and the lead goes to the heels. They've scored 5 straight.
Jason Capel is so underrated. Ran the court really exceptionally well in transition, and Curry kept himself under control in making that pass.
Dunleavy leans into one, and he is fouled by Forte.
See him trying to lock inside. Look at him spreading his body. Brendan Haywood trying to get the ball on the interior. There he is down. There's the double up. Good footwork. Nice spin and nice dish. Nice drop step. I'll tell you, defensively, North Carolina is going to really challenge the perimeter shot, which means the Duke kids are going to get opportunities to drive and penetrate because they're really going to come after him on the perimeter.
Gary Williams did something interesting the week before he played Duke at home. He put an extra 3-point line 3 feet further out beyond the normal 3-point line to get his kids used to going further out to deny that 3.
His kids play 39 minutes of the greatest basketball Maryland can play.
Capel.
Dunleavy so versatile. He rebounds. He's got 3 assists a game, 5 rebounds a game, 12 points a game.
Battier with a runner. Nate James snags the rebound.
What a great role player, Nate James. Defensively, he'll be taking on the challenge of playing Forte tonight.
North Carolina doing a dangerous pass across the baseline. James gets the bucket, got away from Forte. What a pass.
Unbelievable to get away with that baseline pass.
Forte back the other way. Haywood with a foul.
I'll tell you, Brendan Haywood has come to play. His intensity, his emotion on the floor. Had that monster game against Wake Forest. 24 points, 10 rebounds. I thought that was a statement victory. They were undefeated Wake when they beat them by 1.
Battier goes to the baseline, hits it, and he's fouled.
And his girlfriend jumps with joy in the house. Heidi Ufer, his granddad was Michigan's Bob Ufer. Michigan. Look at Battier kissing it off the glass. They're going to get driving opportunities.
Chris Lang committed the personal. That was his first. And you notice Matt Doherty, he is up working every second of this ball game, telling his players where he wants them to be on defense.
He's an emotional leader.
And we've got a lane violation, and Battier, normally a killer at the free throw line, they'll wipe that one off and he'll get another try.
I think this will blow your mind. We got a poll right now on my website, who's player of the year, and leading after 12,000 votes, Joseph Forte, 37%, Williams, 25%, Battier, 21%, Richardson of Michigan State, 7. People can vote tonight. It ends after the game.
Lang, pressured by Battier. You can't make a living going against Battier. Here's the lob ahead to James from Williams.
That's a no-no, Mike. Nobody got back defensively. Matt Doherty's got to be very upset with their defensive transition.
Nate James has 4.
Brendan Haywood posts up against the pressure.
Duke with its biggest lead at 12-7. Nice spin by Capel. Capel has 4.
Jason Capel with that good spin move in the lane. This kid can handle the basketball, the best point guard in America. He has the Isaiah Thomas ability, Jason Williams. Score.
James can take it outside, missed it. Battier with a rebound, almost lost it. Boozer to Williams for 3. He is the #1 long-range shooter in the ACC.
He's incredible.
47%.
He's the 3S man. Super scintillating, sensational. From out of New Jersey, an absolute superstar.
15-9. Haywood battling for the ball, can't get it.
I think Duke loves this tempo right now.
Williams pull-up jumper, didn't get the roll, and the tip by James wouldn't go.
What intensity and emotion on that floor. You can feel it all the way up here where we are, Mike. Get it inside. They had the angle. You got to know what nice pass.
Great backdoor cut and the easy bucket. And Forte has his first basket, 15-11.
And that won't be the last. This kid is a scoring machine. He had 8 points in 38 seconds against Georgia Tech when they were down by 10 and brought him back in the game. All-American Joseph Forte. Great movement without the ball on that backdoor cut.
Dunleavy goes by Forte, a leaner.
What a great move by Dunleavy. They all can handle, they all can penetrate, they can dribble the basketball, shoot the basketball, and that's why they're so effective.
Lang loves that jump hook, can't hit it, got his own rebound, goes up against Battier and scores.
Great hustle right there by Lang. They're getting the ball fairly deep inside, Mike, and that's a plus for North Carolina.
Well, you know, with the pressure that Duke plays on defense, you're going to find some openings. They're not going to pack a zone back in there.
Little double stack.
Williams bounced it off his foot. They turn it over. Got a timeout. 14:39 to go first half. Duke by 4.
ESPN2's presentation of Rivalry Week is presented by New York Life, the company you keep, and in part by the 2001 Pontiac Bonneville. Luxury with attitude.
Yeah, we talk about this great rivalry back in the 20s, the era of jazz, and the dance in the dresses they called the flappers. This was a storied rivalry back then. That's when it all started. You had North Carolina and Duke going head-to-head. North Carolina won 16 straight. That was from 20 to 29. That was the beginning of this great rivalry.
I noticed the tone of his voice when he said North Carolina won 16 straight. I was dancing in that era.
I was going to say, I'm surprised we didn't ask you about it. You were there. Adam Boone being dogged by Williams. Just tossed it up for grabs. Got a break as Forte picked it up. Down out to Capel for 3. Got it.
I tell you, what a big game he's having to start with right now. 7 points for Jason Capel. He and James, to me, are so underrated.
I agree.
Both great role players, very important players, unsung heroes on their respective teams.
Christensen is in for Duke as Battier goes down the lane, missed a shot. Christensen kept it alive and then knocked out of bounds. Christensen is in. Julius Peppers is in for North Carolina.
We're going to see right here, great backdoor cut. There's the backdoor cut by Joseph Forte. Good execution, movement without the ball. One of the lost arts in college basketball.
Williams, he's hit his first 2 3-pointers, missed that one.
Duke has taken 514 threes coming into this game. 25.7 per game, and it made 10.6.
That's #1 in the nation. Backdoor cut doesn't work. Max Owens in for the first time, and he fills it up from 3.
Well, he provides instant offense off the bench. He's their guy. Their roll-8 specialist comes in, gives him a great relief, can score, gives him experience as well.
Well, North Carolina has faced the big early surge and come back to take a 2-point lead.
They are really locking up on a perimeter, making them drive.
Aren't they? Dunleavy with a miss. Here comes Forte.
He's really good in the open court.
Tried to get by Battier. Easier said than done. And here comes Duhon on the run.
The excellent passer, Duhon.
Williams double team, had it knocked out of bounds. Good no call.
Matt Doherty doing a real dance on the floor. His dad is in the house today with his brother. His mom is over his wife's house in Chapel Hill. Comes from East Meadow, Long Island. Used to play in Prospect Park as a kid. They used to have to chase Doherty off the playground.
James and Boozer are back in for North Carolina. The Heels on for Duke. The Heels are on a 10-2 run. Battier, tough shot, can't get it. Got the rebound. And John Clougherty catches a foul.
Battier is showing his driving ability tonight because they are coming right at him, challenging him on a 3-point shot, not giving him that good open look from the trifecta. They're going to make him beat him with dribble penetration.
And if you shoot 40% from long range, that's the equivalent of shooting 60% from the floor.
Hey, you're pretty good at math. Wow. You, Nessler, Musburger, you guys are great in math.
Somebody's got to keep you straight. Duhon for 3 off the out-of-bounds play. Rebound to Haywood. (10-2) run, 2.5 minutes. And here's a holding foul on Duhon. The freshman from Slidell, Louisiana, picks up his first.
You know, I really think that's an amazing compliment when Mike Krzyzewski says that Battier is the most complete player I've ever coached. When you think of the greats that have worn the Duke uniform in his tenure, that is incredible. That's an unbelievable compliment.
Well, what can he do? He's the best defensive player in the country.
Great leader. Dave Odom told me he's the best leader he has seen in his tenure coaching in the ACC.
Lang gets it back, brings it back outside, and now it's up to Curry.
I would take my time.
Williams.
I would take my time to get the ball inside to Haywood.
Curry, nice job to get inside, intimidated by Battier, and then Curry commits a silly foul, grabbed Battier, and really tossed him down.
They had the angle to get the ball on the interior. I mean, they should have dumped that ball inside in that sequence. As you look at some of the faces through the years.
And, I mean, we could put up so many of these. There have been just a remarkable number of great players. Our buddy Billy Cunningham, Michael, Vince Carter, Dick Rowe, Jeff Mullins, a guy I had the joy to work with a while, the same way I did with Billy. I mean, wonderful people and great players.
Hey, how would you like to have an NBA franchise with a list of North Carolina Duke people?
James makes the steal after Haywood took an errant pass away. Boozer against Haywood. Now James, little two-man game. James nearly lost it.
Haywood's averaging 5.5 blocks.
Offensive foul. Good job by Haywood.
Good footwork by Brendan Haywood right there. He's really become a tremendous shot blocker. In fact, the best in the history of the school. Look at him right now with his footwork. He beats him to the spot. He says, I'll DBT you. I'll drive you, beat you, and turn you. He beats Boozer. Great job by the 7-footer.
And Mike Krzyzewski is not going to take any chances with his center. He takes him out with that first foul and puts Christensen back in the ballgame. The one thing he cannot have is Boozer getting fouled.
Well, they lack that depth, especially on the inside. The one guy they can't replace is Carlos Boozer.
Christensen has given them some good minutes. Offensive foul on Curry, and Matt Doherty is beside himself. He thought that was a blocking foul.
I think we're going to see some classic matchups throughout the years between Matt Doherty and Coach K.
What a series that is. I mean, they really go at each other tooth and nail. Two great franchises.
That's an amazing win without Tamika Catchings, the superstar player. Great victory down here.
Well, you sort of caught me off guard there. I didn't know you were a women's basketball aficionado,
well,
Dick.
I went to see them play in person in a Fiesta Bowl outdoors. You should have seen it against Arizona State.
Duke has made only one of its last 6 shots.
Good man-to-man defense by North Carolina.
Nice screen by Christensen to get Battier open, in and out, but tipped out to Duhon. Nice job by Christensen. Battier again for 3, short.
He forced that shot right there. That shot was not available. In fact, you know it's an impressive stat. In their 14-game win streak, teams are only shooting 35% against North Carolina. And I think one of the reasons is the anchor inside Brendan Haywood and the pressure on the perimeter where the defense starts with Curry.
Capel, who is off to a sensational start. He buries another shot. He has 9.
He hasn't missed a shot. He hasn't missed a shot. That's his brother. His brother's a Duke, you know. I wonder who he's rooting for.
He was a star here. His dad, the coach at Old Dominion.
Remember the game that he played in? You and I went absolutely bananas, double OT.
Nice move by Battier, but good defense by Haywood to cut him off. Williams for 3.
Squares his body, gets the shoulders squared, and he's automatic.
It ends a 12-2 Tar Heel run. There's the steal. Duhon. He missed it.
Gotta lay it on the glass. Forget about the mustard. Gotta lay it on the glass.
Forte kicks it out. Capel has it.
Got an easy layup there, Mike.
You're right, Dick. There's a turnaround jumper by Forte. He has 4.
And before the night's over, put 20 in the book, because it will be in the book for Joseph Forte.
He's the first Tar Heel since Antoine Jamison to average better than 20 points a game. Battier, pull-up jumper. Rebound to Forte. Forte and Capel have done a great job on the boards. That's 6 for Forte. And Joseph with a leaner.
And that's where he excels. He excels in the open court. If he can get into the 3-second area, he is automatic. Cameron Crazy's getting alive. They know they're in for a real battle here tonight. This club is really prepared, North Carolina, for this matchup.
Duhon matched up with Forte. Williams and Adam Boone was in there for Curry. Curry with those 2 fouls. James, pull-up jumper and a foot on the line. It's a 2.
Yeah, he was right inside the line, and that was a deuce for Nate James. I really love him. I think that kid is a solid player, doesn't get a lot of PR. Nice pass.
Great pass to Haywood as he penetrated, got the double team, and Haywood has 5.
Just bring the ball inside to the big guy with a little slam jam band. Power basketball.
Is this good or what?
This is unbelievable.
And Williams fouled by Boone. Let's get down to Brad Daugherty, and he has an interested observer with it.
Thanks, Mike and Dick. I'm here with one of the all-time ACC as well as NBA greats, Gene Banks. Gene, I want to get your assessment of this game thus far.
Well, it's exciting. There's no question when the 2 teams come together, you never just throw out all the books and the playbooks, just let them go out and play. But it's interesting that they're number 2 and number 4 at this time of the year, and I couldn't even pick who would win, but they're in Cameron. So you know I got to go with my alma mater.
I understand. You look like you still can play a little bit.
I play a little bit, but, you know, you and I got to get out there and do a little something. Maybe get Dickie together and do some things, too.
All right, Mike and Dick, back to you guys.
Hey, Brad, I remember when he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, he and Albert King were a high school sensation.
Well, Dick, if they're going to get you involved, the best thing they could do is have you coach them.
No, I'm going to be the referee. I'm going to be the referee.
That's good. In the bonus, that was the 7th team foul against North Carolina, and Williams now with 10 points.
North Carolina has grown so much as a team since the arrival of Curry and Peppers. I had them earlier this year when they played against Michigan State. This is not the same basketball team, defensively or offensively.
Great help defense by Williams, came from behind and knocked it away as they tried to get the lob to Peppers. He is the best 2-sport athlete in the country.
You know, I was asked tonight by a number in the media, how do you rate this Duke team versus, let's say, for example, the 99 team with Elton Brand? I gave the edge to Elton Brand's club because of the post presence inside. He was such a scoring threat, and he'll have that kind of threat on the baseline.
Boone, a rare shot for him to rebound at Duhon.
He was starting early in the year. Through the charge. Through the charge.
Offensive foul.
Great play by Boone, stepping in.
This is Williams against Curry. Duke at home has been stunning.
He can shoot that three. There he is again. Jason Williams, trifecta time. He can light it up.
Great feed inside. North Carolina doing the job. Interior play.
And that's what we said on the top of the show, Mike. For them to have a shot to win, they got to take advantage of their strength on the interior. And they are doing that. Points to the point. They are dominating now in the lane. 16-4, 4-to-1 ratio.
The Heels have their biggest lead of the game. Boozer is back into a cutting Nate James.
Nice movement without the basketball. A little shuffle cut by James down the lane.
James has 8. Lang over Boozer.
They are dominating inside. 6 points for Lang in the interior. They are taking advantage of their strength, baby, and they are going to it.
Got a good game plan coming into this one. Dunleavy, good head fake. And buries a jumper. Is he sweet or what?
And notice how it's inside the three because they're challenging him at the three, making him put it to the floor and not shoot the three.
Peppers gets away, but Peppers will be called with the offensive foul. The sophomore from Bailey, North Carolina, picks up his first foul. Duke and North Carolina in the war of wars at each other's throats again. 35-27 North Carolina over Duke by 8. Dick, give me an honest answer on this one. Are you surprised that North Carolina has dominated early in this game?
Not really from this standpoint. I'm surprised at the scoring margin, but not their game plan to go inside and have the upper hand. But obviously the margin I'm a little surprised at. The one thing they're doing a great job is they are attacking the perimeter of Duke and making them put the ball to the floor to negate that three-point lethal shooting ability that Duke has.
So Duke only has a couple of choices. I mean, you can back out to 25 and take a low percentage shot, or you can drive inside. We've already seen them hit a couple of 19-foot jump shots, which to me is the worst shot in college basketball. You're just inside the line. You can back another foot, it's a three, but North Carolina, as you said, is denying that.
You know, Rick Pitino used to take guys out at Kentucky if they shot that shot.
I don't blame him.
He said, hey, come on now, you got to think. Hey, you know how good these programs are. The only time that one of these teams hasn't ended up in the Final Four since, when you talk about 1988, Duke was in the Final Four, 89, 90 Duke, then it was Carolina and Duke, 96. And that was the year it was Mass, Mississippi State, Syracuse, and Kentucky winning it all with Rick Pitino. I mean, every year they got these clubs, one of them in the Final Four.
That's why this is so much fun.
8 miles apart, great kids, great coaches, beautiful students, private schools, state university, so much class, just everything the right way.
Separated by 8 miles of pine trees and a couple of shades of blue.
I think this zone is dangerous. I think Matt Doherty going to the zone is very dangerous. They'll get in the gap and shoot that three.
It better be a pretty extended zone.
They are trying to extend on the perimeter. But Duke does such a great job of passing. They usually get open shots in the wings. They're attacking defensively to try and challenge on the shot.
Shot clock at 4. James is going to have to put it up. It was knocked away by Forte, and here's Boone. Excellent defense by North Carolina. An underrated defense. Capel, who's been on fire, missed that one, and here comes Dunleavy.
They have really been playing brilliant defense in their winning streak of 14 in a row. Second longest winning streak to Stanford, the Cardinal.
Now back to the man-to-man, and Battier on the drive is fouled.
I'll be going out to Palo Alto tomorrow. Join Brent Musburger on Saturday for the game with UCLA. And I was talking to Mike Montgomery, and he loves his club's balance inside, outside. But he had nothing but great praise for Duke after playing them. He said they outplayed us until the end, and I think maybe a little fatigue got into that situation.
I do too. But Stanford certainly earned it.
Oh, they got a great club. I love the kid Jacobson. He's sensational.
Battier with another rare miss at the free throw line. Only 2 points so far tonight for Shane Battier.
Well, I would still go inside, Mr. Patrick. I would still pound it inside.
Boone gets it to Lang. Came up short, hit the front of the rim.
Had the great opportunity.
Boone's done a nice job in the last couple of sequences. Jason Williams into the lane. No shot. Fouled before it.
When you look at Duke and you think about the best players in America, they have the number 1 and 2. The more I think about it, if I had to vote for the National Player of the Year, I still got to give that edge to Shane Battier. I love Jason Williams, what he's done as we watch his penetration. But when you think of Battier and I think about what he brings other than just scoring, I mean, he, to me, is really the glue and the heart and soul of the Duke basketball team.
Well, Dick, you just look at his numbers. He's 4th in the league in scoring. He's 3rd in the league in steals, 4th in blocks, 2nd in three-point field goal shooting, and he's the best defensive player in the country for the 3rd year in a row.
Exactly, and a great leader. I'm interested to hear what Brad has to say. Brad, certainly a great player in your own right when you played at North Carolina. If you had to pick the player of the year today, who would be your choice?
And Williams with a miss. Duke only 4 out of 11 from the free throw line. And this is a wonderful free throw shooting team. And lost out of bounds. Williams ate up Boone. Jason Williams just too quick in that defensive matchup. We've got a timeout on the court. 5:43 to go first half.
Once again, we continue to follow the rivalry that is Duke and North Carolina. We started with the 20s. We looked at what had happened back in that decade. Now we move on to see what took place as years moved on between these two fabulous schools, Duke and North Carolina. As you live in the decade of 1930s, Duke led 12-10. UNC won 5 straight. In the 40s, UNC led 14-12. Duke won 6 straight. And in the 50s, the series was tied 14-14. Mike, Dick, back to you.
I want to ask you, Brad, I know you couldn't hear me with the crowd going nuts. I said I'd give the edge to my guy, Shane Battier, as the National Player of the Year. Who would you select if you voted today?
Well, I think that's a very, very good, valid selection, Dick. Battier's stats are not looked at close enough. He's a great defender. He gives up his body for the team. He does all the little intangibles that makes this Duke team win. I'd have to agree with you.
Jason Williams missed the 3, and Nate James couldn't save it. The difference in this game so far has been shooting. North Carolina nearly 60%, Duke only 40, and the Blue Devils have missed 7 of 11 free throws. As a team, they shoot better than 70%.
And you know, you throw stats away because we said the edge had to go to Duke on the free throw line. But I think North Carolina's done a sensational job shutting the perimeter down.
Well, they really have. And now Forte with a great look at a 3. Forte has 13 points. It's 38-27 Heels.
And when he had 4, I told you to put 20 in a book. We might put 25.
Dunleavy, a 16-footer rattled out.
It's also quieted down the crowd. North Carolina playing a perfect first half. Now got to go inside the lane.
Lang's got it over Battier.
Not a bad coach, am I? Not bad.
You were better when you had Bob Lanier.
Yes, sir.
Jason Williams into the lane. He'll score.
Making him drive with the basketball, not making him spot up and shoot the 3.
Jason has a dozen. He was brilliant in the final minute against Maryland, and you saw him slap the floor. That's the signal at Duke to play tougher defense. Forte, fadeaway jumper, Boozer rebound.
He had 8 points in 13 seconds in that game.
Williams got caught up inside, and Haywood stuffed it. Capel missed a shot under pressure from Battier. Boy, if Battier gets there, you just don't score.
He was also a cheerleader, Battier, trying to get the crowd involved.
Well, he landed on 4 of them. Battier for a 3. Boozer the long rebound. Nate James for 3. Air ball.
I mean, they are challenging him on the 3s. They are challenging him on the 3s.
10 rebounds for Joseph Forte in this game.
He's got a double-double already.
He has been sensational.
The Super South. Nate James hugging him, trying to challenge him. Everybody talks about James's defensive ability, but Forte really meeting the challenge.
Forte into a double team, forced a shot, and Boozer with a rebound. Haven't heard much of Boozer offensively, have we?
They're really shutting him down on the inside with Brendan Haywood matched up on him. Very difficult with the size advantage for Boozer to get shots on the interior.
His only point has come from the free throw line. Nate James will try another 3, misses this one as well.
Duke is really frigid from that 3, but it's also the defense. Now you got to go
too far from the basket to make a move on that one.
Now you got to get spacing. We're going to get good angle and get it inside to Haywood. Now you got to go to Haywood, reverse the basketball, a two-man game, and dump it inside. You got to dump it to Haywood.
There he is, good position, drops it to Lang, and Battier with a block. What a defensive play.
Tremendous rotation by Battier, because Haywood made an excellent play with the double team. But Shane Battier showed why he's the defensive player of the year.
Hi, I'm Doug Flutie, pro football player and father of an autistic child. I started
40-29, North Carolina over Duke.
Joseph Forte's been sensational, Mike. There he is with a backdoor cut. Now we're going to see him spinning in the lane with a little turnaround jump shot. Little stutter step, the medium range jump shot. There's the strip. Now he's in transition off the steal. And there's the All-American, the Rolls-Royce superstar.
Great start for Forte, 13 points. He's hit 6 of 11 shots from the floor. Duhon for 3.
They are now 4 for 14, shooting the 3, Duke.
The first bucket for Duhon.
Biggest lead was 13.
Almost picked off. And now Peppers had it knocked out of bounds. Brian Morrison, number 3, in for the first time for North Carolina. Saturday, ABC continues its college basketball regional action. 3 Eastern, UCLA against top-ranked Stanford. A great Pac-10 matchup. Some of you will see DePaul against Cincinnati on ABC.
I can't wait to get down here. Palo Alto, Brent and I are looking forward to seeing that Stanford team. And UCLA, who beat them there last year in a real nail-biter, and that set the tone for UCLA to go on a run and went to the Sweet 16, beating Maryland. And Earl Watson was perfect.
Forte to Haywood in the lane. Christensen with a block, but a foul as well.
They are really focused and listening to their coach and the game plan and to what he drew on a blackboard in the locker room about getting the ball inside to their big people. Matt Doherty, former player, great role player on the super team in '82. Perkins, Worthy, Jordan, Black, and Doherty winning the national title. Then he hooked up with our buddy Jay Billis in '84, playing against each other.
And, Dick, those are the guys that make the best coaches, the guys who were role players, the guys who were point guards, the people that had to push and understand the game, not the guys who had the natural superstar talent.
Exactly. Same thing in baseball. You see a lot of managers who are really like role players when they played the Tommy Lasordas of the world and became great managers.
Haywood missed the second free throw. 41-32 as we approach the 2-minute mark.
And that's the one area, Achilles heel, that he has to work on.
He hit the last 3. Duhon misfires on this. Christensen with a rebound. Williams under pressure. Haywood.
Little impatient right now, Duke. Not making that extra pass, getting a better shot.
Great anticipation in the steal, and Duhon will be a lot more careful with this one. Remember the last time he had a breakaway, he hammered it off the rim.
And it was very, very simple, fundamentally, just laying it on the glass.
Almost had another steal.
Used his left hand on the left side of the basket. There he is with the steal. Good anticipation by the diaper dandy. And there he is laying it on the glass. I think next year he's going to be a star. Here's the concentration. Look at him. Just like a layup drill, the simple left hand for you young kids on the left side, lay it on the glass.
You can hear his mind working. I'm not screwing this one up.
He knows that we're up here talking about the little mustard Hollywood.
Hey, he's not worried about us. He's got to go over and look at Mike Krzyzewski.
I agree.
Capel. Battier with a rebound. Good 6 for Shane Battier.
Duke doing a great job now, trying to close that gap, which was 13.
They let Williams penetrate. Christensen kept it alive, but the rebound goes to Capel.
See, if I'm North Carolina, I manage the clock now. I want to go in strong at halftime. I want to get the shot I want. That should be Lang or Haywood on the inside. The big guy's got to rotate to the low block.
Carolina has led by as many as 13 points. And here's a foul over the back on Duhon. That's his second and the 7th team foul. So now the Heels will shoot the bonus. And going to the free throw line has hardly been a strength for North Carolina.
Well, that's been their problem this year. Last in the ACC. When you come into this game, Duke is shooting poorly on the free throw line. You know, Brendan Haywood last year averaged 9 points a game in the 2 meetings, only attempted 12 shots in both games. He was 9 for 12, but he's got to get more opportunities.
Forte already with a double-double, 13 points and 10 rebounds. And he is an excellent free throw shooter, and he misses the front end of a 1-and-1.
Nice pass.
They get it to Lang, maybe overpass there.
Yeah, should have shot the ball a little sooner. But, you know, Forte seems to like the Duke uniform. Last year, he averaged 22 a game against Duke.
Nate James, rebound to Haywood. And now North Carolina can milk the clock.
Shot selection so important, especially in a Duke uniform over the years. And right now, I question some of the shots they've been taking.
Adam Boone's gotten a lot of minutes at the point guard for Curry.
Don't want to pick up that dribble, though. That's a no-no.
Got a foul, a hold away from the ball. It's going to be on Jason Williams, his second. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at the rematch of the Huskies and the Lady Vols. Seton Hall and Miami played earlier. Chris and Jay will be along to bring you up to date on everything on the Super 8 halftime report.
Well, some of those teams in the Big East really struggling now. You know, I think about guys, a former Duke players, a later coach in the NCAA tournament. Tommy Amica, Tony Baroni was an outstanding guy. Was at Creighton and coached in the NCAA tournament. Bob Bender, Jeff Mullins, and Quinn Snyder. Just some Duke guys. And we talk about Carolina, Buzz Peterson, Bones McKinney, Eddie Fogler. They've all played at Carolina and coached in the NCAA as well.
Duke playing for the last shot, trying to cut into a 7-point lead. Dunleavy wide open for 3. Didn't get the bounce, the rebound to Capel.
That would have been a big momentum builder if that shot would have fell down.
And Matt Doherty used a timeout with 1.1 seconds to go in the first half. He thinks he might get one more opportunity. Dick, I saw something last night I can't ever remember seeing in the Maryland-Virginia game. With 10 minutes to go in the game, nobody had any timeouts left.
Wow.
They had called so many timeouts trying to stop the big runs they each had. We played the last 10 minutes with no whistles.
Hey, Virginia really coming on strong now. Had that great win last night over Maryland. Caught Maryland at the right time. I should take a look at the inside power. There's Lang scoring on the interior. Look at the big guy sitting in the post. Now gets Battier with a little jump hook. Really dominating inside. That's his mom saying, that's my guy. That's my guy. She's got a Carolina blue on. She's wearing a Carolina blue.
Got to be happy for Chris Lang and Nate James
for
Duke, because they have battled injuries their entire career. And you can see when these guys are healthy, they're really forces.
You know what's hard to believe when you think about the great basketball in the ACC? The last time a team won the national championship were the Tar Heels with Dean Smith, who I miss. I don't see him around the arena. I miss Dean, the man that's responsible for the Dean Dome in '93 when they won the title.
Lang, length of the court pass is picked off, and that will end the first half. North Carolina out shooting Duke, and their defense against the 3 has been superb. And free throws, Duke has missed 4 of 11 shots from the floor. That's the story at the halftime from Durham, North Carolina. Let's go back to the studio.
Okay, Mike, thank you. Jay Billis joins me. A lot of the things we talked about in our pregame. Good game plan by Doherty. It's coming to be.
I think it was a brilliant game plan. It was brilliantly executed in that first half. I thought the key for North Carolina was poise. Poise against the pressure, and then they attacked it. North Carolina was able to fight off the pressure on the perimeter, get the ball into their guys inside where they dominated in the paint. How about Joseph Forte? He's got a double-double at halftime. Just a terrific ball game for them.
Big turning point. Duhon had a chance to make that layup, put Duke in front. Instead, he misses the layup. Carolina goes on a big run. They lead by 7. We'll come back.
Welcome back to Durham, North Carolina, 41-34. North Carolina on top of Duke. Great to see you again, everybody. Mike Patrick, Dick Vitale. If you're Matt Doherty, you walk in the locker room at halftime and say, you know, this is a pretty good game plan.
Well, you say pretty good game plan because we talked about the fact that they had to really dominate inside. They went 25 points to 9 in the battle of the front lines. And then when you think about Duke, 1 for 8 for Mr. Battier, and Boozer 0 for 0, couldn't get any shots inside. So they dominated inside, which we said they had to do, and we said they had to shut down the lethal three-point shooters, and they did. 4 for 16, 25% from the 3 for Duke.
Let's get Brad Daugherty's halftime thoughts. Brad?
Thanks, Mike. You're exactly right, Dick. North Carolina dominated inside. Duke's game plan this half is to stop allowing the transition baskets, though. They know North Carolina's going into Brendan Haywood. North Carolina, on the other hand, they're leery of the Duke's three-point prowess. They've got to get up, continue to challenge the three-point shot.
I don't think North Carolina could have asked for a better first half.
They played perfect. I mean, all these guys went for haircuts the other day down to the 40 below down in Durham. Forte was there, Boozer, one barber cheering for North Carolina, another one for Duke.
Did you get yours cut there?
Nah, I got to go down here one day.
The tie up underneath.
I got nothing to cut. Len Lilly, one of the barbers, he was rooting for, he said Duke would get in foul trouble. As we look here at the battle of stats, I mean, unbelievable. Look at the front court situation. It's incredible. You take a look right here. 25. Unbelievable. They had 25 to their 9 on that front court.
We are blocked from the possession arrow, so that must have been the difference on that tie-up. Battier with another miss. Shane with a tough offensive night. Ronald Curry starting the second half at the point. Battier only 1 out of 9 from the floor. Forte and Capel carried this team offensively. Capel wide open.
He was really outstanding. Gets a deuce there. He's got 13 for the game already, and he's been solid right from the get-go. They're going to zone right now, which I think is dangerous.
43-34. Williams lost it. Forte drops it for Capel. It's been the Forte and Capel show so far for the Heels. He has 15.
Not the kind of start you wanted if you're Duke coming in here -7 at halftime.
Now it's 45-34.
2-3 zone.
Kicks it out to Battier. 3.
I'd get out of that zone. I would get out of that zone. There's no way you can zone Duke. Not the way they pass the ball and not the way they shoot the ball.
Battier number 2 only to his teammate Jason Williams in three-point field goal percentage. Haywood a little too far from his comfort zone.
Carlos Boozer having a tough time tonight, scoring and on defense. He's inside with that great size advantage of Haywood.
Forte hangs over Nate James, but missed the shot, and James with a rebound. Duke's so dangerous with that three-point shot. They can get right back in it.
There it is. Get out of the zone. Get out of the zone. You cannot zone the Dukies.
Battier has hit 2 straight threes. He has 8, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's what you expect out of your leader and your All-American.
The lob to Lang. Curry threw it away.
I would get a timeout and settle him down, Matt Daugherty. You can't zone this club. They go inside, they go outside. They get to the gap, they get to the seam, and it's nothing but nylon. And then Mr. Battier says, once is not enough, I'll show you I can shoot it again.
You might hold him down, but it's tough to stop him for very long. They have too many weapons.
They're still in his zone.
Boozer finally gets a shot and missed it badly.
And that was not a good shot, trying to shoot over the big guy. That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
A screen by Peppers. Julius Peppers just cleared out the lane.
And you wonder why the All-American football player, a space eater. Capel really playing super basketball.
And Mike Krzyzewski really beefing about it, too. He wanted a foul called. Dunleavy for 3. Too strong. James with a rebound. Fouled by Peppers.
They are getting...
No, Peppers knocked it out of bounds. Check it.
They are getting open shots in that zone as we take a look right here. Freeze it. Now look right here. He's going to go right to the basket. The lane here is going to get screened out by Peppers. You watch this right here. There it is. Look at Peppers.
Duke has closed within 4.
I tell you, they are really starting to get shots they want.
Curry had to pick up his dribble, then tries a tough pass. There's a hold on Nate James.
Jason Capel, there he is, moving without the ball, down the gut. Now he's going to show you the range as a shooter. And there he is with the little medium range jump shot. And now we're going to see him moving out the ball. The catch, the left hand. And look at the left hand jam.
Dunleavy with a great steal on the inbounds. And the foul on Haywood, trying to block the shot. That is 2 on Haywood.
Another part of the defensive scheme of North Carolina, where I've seen them excel tonight, is in defensive transition. We have not seen Duke get a lot of easy opportunities in running the ball up the floor. They got a chance right here, and now they're going to the foul line.
Mike Krzyzewski working the officials.
I think the Duke players' eyes get like as big as can be when they see a zone defense, Mike. When they see those gaps where they can space and get the great square of the body to the rim, just plays to their strength.
Earlier this week in practice, Mike Krzyzewski took his 5 best perimeter shooters and said the score is 167-0. There's 5 minutes to go in the game. You guys get 1 point for every 3 you make. You got 5 minutes. Win the game. They made 166 in 5 minutes. They came up 1 short.
Wow. Such a lethal weapon. It really changes the complexion of the game. I've seen them on the ropes with Illinois, on the ropes with Temple, and come back because of that 3-point shot, and obviously on the ropes with Maryland.
10 points for Nate James. One of 5 Duke players who average double figures. Guess what? It's a 2-point game.
They are back, thanks to those threes by Battier.
Curry just can't get inside. Now he'll try a 3 out of the corner. He has not shot the ball well, although the percentage much higher than it was a year ago.
That will allow him to shoot that shot.
Battier for the lead. Dunleavy got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. Starting February 2nd through the 6th on ESPN, ESPN2 and ABC, some of the world's greatest extreme athletes competing in ski boarding, snow mountain biking, other extreme sports for ESPN's 5th Winter X Games, the 2nd from Mount Snow, Vermont.
Well, we got a great win again, partner, just like we anticipated. A lot of emotion, a lot of excitement.
Well, we've never seen a bad Duke North Carolina game.
So much intensity.
Curry got caught up in the air, got the roll.
Great athletic ability to make that play happen. Most guys would have walked in that situation. The football star.
Curry was 0 for 3, his first bucket of the ball game. Nearly a steal. Battier left alone for 3, and he missed another one.
Shane Battier's got to go a little bit to the interior. He's a guy that can score around the basket as well as the perimeter.
Peppers wants the ball low against Battier. Leans in, and Battier with a rebound.
I think Battier, because he excels on the perimeter, has a tendency to drift to the perimeter. But he has good ability inside as well.
Williams has been quiet here in the second half. He kicks it out to Nate James, and he hits a 3.
And there's the 3 again. The best 3-point shooting team in America. And that's why they have closed this gap to 1.
Peppers stripped by Dunleavy.
Peppers wanted a foul call right there. Oh, the Dukies are back. And the Cameron Crazies are back. It's rocking, it's rolling.
49-48, North Carolina by 1 over Duke. It's number 4 against number 2.
You know, I'm really confused about a decision to go to the zone to start the second half. I don't know about you, Mike, but it really confused me because they were playing so well with their man defenses. You look at the second half, Duke for 4 for 7 from the 3 to get them back in this game where they're down 1.
Those are their only field goals, the 4 threes. Peppers against Christensen. Curry double team.
Well, Lang got fouled inside. Lang got fouled inside.
And Lang is down holding his ankle.
Battier really just threw him to the deck. Watch him playing on the post inside, trying to lock up. Battier trying to get around, trying to get into denial down in the post.
First on Battier, the 2nd team foul against Duke. And, of course, Mom very concerned as her son goes down. And they'll work on that ankle.
Hey, Mike, you know what's great here tonight? Jim Bayard's in the house and Clarence Chandra. And all they did was donate $150,000 to the V Foundation for Cancer to get 6 tickets to this arena from out of Nortel. Salute them, man. That's fantastic.
Well, our hats are off to them. That's just a tremendous donation on their part.
At the Jimmy V auction, that's probably the most ever auctioned off for a game. And I had to spend time with them before the game. Great bunch of guys.
That was the downside of them. You know, having to endure you for 3 hours.
Oh, but it was lots of fun. You guys are always on my case. I'm so easy to be around.
Well, you're so much fun to pick on, Dick. That's it.
I'm only teasing you.
Bad pass by Peppers, picked off by Duhan.
Christensen out there, a space eater. They use him as a screener.
Duke with a chance to take the lead. They haven't been up since it was 17-16.
That man-to-man, good decision by Matt Doherty coming out of the zone.
The zone really hurt him with those 3-point shots.
Yeah, early in the half. Didn't play it a long time, but
shot clock at 10.
Just enough to let Duke in the game.
Duke has gone on top. Jason Williams.
I'll tell you.
17 points, Dick.
Jay Billis talked about the poise of North Carolina. You also got to talk about the poise of Duke here, coming from behind, 13 down. Really showed a lot of poise in their shot selection.
Haywood against Christensen, banked in a hook.
And I know that makes Brad Doherty smile because he said that's the one shot he has to add to his offensive repertoire. A jump hook. I don't think he planned it off the glass.
Let's hope not. Duhan out of the corner for 3. No basket. There was a foul before the shot.
Now watch this little jump hook in the lane against Christensen. It goes off the glass, baby. I mean, he looked like our guy Kim Belton, our producer, sure went off the glass, the Stanford Cardinals superstar.
I don't know. That's not a bad use of the glass.
No, not bad at all, but I don't believe he planned it that way. I just don't believe it.
Last foul was on Morrison, his first.
There's the zone again.
Boozer caught in the lane, gets it outside to Williams. Boozer with a long rebound. Tough pass and good defense by Peppers.
Carlos is really thinking with every pass and every movement. He's not just reacting. He's thinking on everything he's doing, and I think the presence of Haywood has created that.
Boozer has had only 1 shot at the basket the entire game. Came in the second half, and he missed it. He has 1 point on a free throw.
And he's so skilled down in the low blocks. Got all kinds of offensive moves inside. One of the great environments in college basketball. This place is so special and so unique. It really belongs to the students as they get priority on the floor.
Good news for the Heels. Lang is back in. He's against Battier. There's a double team.
They're staying in the zone right now, Mike. Inside and outside.
Boozer turns around for a 15-footer. He misses his second attempt of the game.
Could use him as a passer, throw it to the interior.
Matt Doherty wants his team to hustle it up court. Cut off by Boozer is Capel.
Oh, he had Lang. He missed Lang right down the gut.
Capel for 3. And Duhan skies a rebound.
Brendan Haywood had a great opportunity to dump it to his... Oh, nobody back!
What a pass by Duhan to Boozer.
Duhan's a great passer. He's got great vision. He ran up the court. Boozer beat him up the floor.
That's a way to get your first field goal. Lang kicks it back outside. Boone open for 3. Followed by Haywood.
Brendan Haywood with a good offensive rebound in position. Hustling back on D now.
Haywood has 10. The Heels back on top by 1, and Williams is fouled.
Number 31, Adam Boone, his 3rd personal foul.
Adam Boone has committed his 3rd personal.
Nobody back. See, Brendan Haywood slow, getting back defensively. Boozer beats him down the floor and gets an easy layup for his first deuce of the night.
Well, you can tell the difference in depth between these two ball clubs. Matt Doherty able to go much deeper in his bench.
There's that zone trying to match up out of it. Got a dribble, penetrate right into the holes of it. There's
Battier left alone. Got it!
Get out of the zone! Get out of the zone! You cannot zone Duke!
There's a great screen off, and then Forte goes for the big jam, and he blew it.
Right off the iron.
Peppers to Lang. Battier, great reach in and knocked it away.
Great rotation. Hey, Brad, what do you think about the zone defense? I'm shocked.
Well, Duke was not shooting the ball that well early in the basketball game, and the zone was okay. You're right. They may have stayed in it just a little bit too long, but Duke's ability to attack the basket this second half has been the difference. They've hit some threes, but not exclusively threes. They're going to the front of the goal. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thank you, Brad. Battier has hit 3 of 5 three-pointers in the second half.
I believe they got 6 threes already in the second half.
Good bounce pass to Peppers. He got it back on a loose ball and put it in. Battier swatting at him, couldn't get it.
What a great asset he's been. Peppers gives him a space eater inside, and he's a skilled player as well with his size and agility.
And he's fearless. First tie of the ball game at 55. It's seesawed back and forth.
Better Manning.
Almost a steal by Peppers. Battier inside the three-point line. Nate James keeps it alive.
That's a big-time offensive rebound. That's just running the basketball.
James knocked away. Excellent defense by the heels, but Duhon gets it back.
Look at that pass.
Great pass. And a great block by Haywood. Holy cow.
What tremendous basketball plays we're seeing. Guys stepping up, making big plays. Haywood rotating over. Take a look at his diagonal pass. Right off the floor and a bounce pass. Great vision. I believe that Duhon, just like Jason Richardson, is going to become a super south. As we see the block by Haywood. Duhon feeling his way during his diaper dandy year, stepping in the background. Next year, just like Jason Richardson has done this year for Michigan State, he will become a star here at Duke.
When the North Carolina bench really upset, they called a foul on Haywood. That's his 3rd, and Nate James will go to the free throw line.
Well,
looked like a good block.
We're far away. It looked like a great block from where we're sitting. I love the emotion that Matt Doherty brings to that sideline.
Well, Dick, from where we're sitting, the clouds get in the way.
Yeah, I tell you. And, you know, you look at Mike Krzyzewski with 590 wins. He has a chance this year to get to the 600 mark. It's amazing when you look at his numbers over the last 4 years. If they win 30 this year, he'll be averaging 32 wins a year for 4 years. Coach K has become a legend.
And it is now Coach K Court at Cameron Indoor Stadium, named in his honor, and they surprised him by it.
He was shocked on his 500th win.
Duke only 6 out of 14 from the free throw line.
Shoot better than 70% as a team.
James missed them both.
That's got to be frustrating to Mike Krzyzewski. That's usually one of their strengths.
Forte, nice drive along the baseline. Max Owens had it halfway down, it rattled out.
That was in the hole, baby. That one looked like it was tucked away on a great play by Forte to kick it out. Cameron Crazy's doing a little jumping with joy right now.
Williams hangs in the lane and gives Duke the lead again.
The All-American just knows how to score as well as dish the rock.
19 for Jason Williams.
I love those kind of point guards. They present such problems and challenges to the defense.
His last 14 games, he's averaged almost 24. Three-pointer by Forte, short.
Forte's got to use his driving ability, his ability to get into the 3-second area.
What a great spin move by Williams to get free. Dunleavy had a 3 and passed on it. Now Williams will take the 3, just nicked the net.
They love shooting the trifecta 25 times a game.
Capel gets it to Forte, free at the baseline. You cannot leave that guy alone. He'll bury every one of them. Forte with 15.
He can make that medium-range jump shot, a shot that's disappeared in college basketball. To the Matha High School All-American. Played with Keith Bogert, who had a great game last night for Kentucky, beating Georgia.
Just under the 10-minute mark. Battier, nice drive, collision underneath. Offensive foul on Battier.
Is that 4 on him, Mike?
No, it's 2 on Battier, 4 on the team.
4 on the team, okay.
9:54 to go in the ball game. We've got a beauty from Durham.
Inside basketball with this Coach K comes to each second.
Who have been part of this remarkable series that has is our highlight during rivalry week. And right now, as we like to say, just another lousy night in the ACC, tied at 57.
And we're going to cash our check? We're getting paid for this?
I am.
I know, but I'll tell you, I feel like I'm stealing money. Hey, you've seen some of those names as you look here at the storyline. Forte and Cable with 32 points and 17 rebounds. Duke 4 for 15 3-point shooting, 5 for 10 in the second half. Incredible.
And it's been that second half shooting that's turned the corner.
Nice
Curry,
drive.
nice drive. He has 4.
You know, he's got good driving ability, and I don't think he utilizes it enough in taking the ball to the basket.
Knocked away, retrieved by James, and got it. Nate James.
James, like Capel, big-time players, like the big moment.
And very quietly does everything.
Well, they play in the shadow. Look at the drive again by Curry.
Curry, 2 straight down the lane. He has 6.
And that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier, Mike. He's got good ability to get to the rack. I know Stuart Scott is nervous as a wreck. He's a North Carolina grad. Jay Billis, a Duke grad.
Williams down the lane. Good defense by the heels. Here comes Forte.
Nice pass.
Curry again. Curry has scored 6 in a row.
Hey, I'm reminiscent, only done differently, what he did against Maryland. Remember they left him alone and he hit 3 threes in a row? Duke gets a timeout.
8:52 to go in the game. North Carolina has opened up a 4-point lead. They've led by as many as 13.
We're seeing the Curry show right now. There he is, cutting without the basketball. I love players that can move without the basketball. They become so dangerous. That's why I love Casey Jacobson from out of Stanford.
Well, Jason Williams cannot allow any guard, whether it's Morrison or Curry or Boone, to go by him that easily.
Yeah, he went by him very easily. Played Matador defense. You know, we were showing rivalry week and showing the great faces that have played in this game. You look at the NBA and you look at what guys like Carter and Jamison and Stackhouse and Wallace, what they're doing at the NBA level, it just blows you away. Their numbers have gotten so much better because at Carolina, they learned to play the team concept,
right.
They learned how to be unselfish, and they learned fundamentals, and have transformed that into the NBA to where they stand out.
North Carolina on an 8-2 run. Curry has 6 of the 8.
Man-to-man defense right now by North Carolina.
Well, Battier wanted the ball in low against Peppers.
And you got to challenge out of that man-to-man, their perimeter shooters, and make them put it to the floor.
Max Owens reaches in, knocks it away. Chris Fowler and Jay Billis will have an in-depth discussion about this ball game, as well as UConn and Tennessee, a great women's matchup, and the Billis Index, including scores and news from around the NCAA. That's coming up on College Hoops tonight at midnight. A lot to talk about, a lot of highlights to see.
But I tell Chris Fowler, nobody's going to the woodshed and getting a beating of this baby.
Jason Williams against the double team. 8.5 minutes to go.
Forte now guarding Williams. He wants to take him
clock at 2, and Williams has to fire one, and he's fouled.
Oh, that's a silly foul.
Forte bails him out. He had to force a 3 with 1 second on the shot clock.
That's a silly foul. I mean, you're a veteran player and an All-American. You got to know time and you got to know situation. You don't foul on that play right there.
And you could see him reaching in, and he grabbed the left or grabbed the right arm.
And now Duke's got to make some free throws, something they have not been able to do here tonight.
Williams has only hit 1 out of 4.
He's got his whole family here. His uncle called me in my room today, Buck Brown. In fact, you know, Jason Williams' grandmother, 10 children, and they all graduated college. I met one of his aunts who's a principal today from down at Fort Lauderdale. His dad and mom went to Ohio State, the Buckeyes. How did they let him get away? The mom and dad went to Ohio State. How did Jim O'Brien let him come to Duke? I can't believe that.
Well, there are a few reasons to come to Duke, you think?
Well, you know, he was recruited big by North Carolina, but they wanted him as a scoring guard because they had Ed Code, and he says, I'm not doing that. And they said, please don't go to Duke. And where did he end up? Duke.
Jason Williams hits 2 out of 3. He has 21 points, and it's a 2-point game again. Curry again almost got by Williams. Max Owens pull-up jumper. Got a nice touch.
I tell you, Max Owens really provides what they want off the bench, scoring.
The lead back to 4. Duhan is in, picked up by Curry. Boozer double team. Duhon for three. James got a hand on it, then knocked away, and the Heels can't save it.
They have really shut down Carlos Boozer. They have really made him be a non-factor on the inside here today.
Welcome back to Cameron as we continue on with the era of Duke, North Carolina basketball. We move to the 60s. The Cuban Missile Crisis comes to the forefront with Kennedy and Castro as the main players. North Carolina has 12 wins during the 60s. Duke has 14. It's the first decade with a score of over 100 points. Back to you, Mike and Dick.
All right, Brad, thank you very much.
You know, Brad, you mentioned the 60s. Vic Bubas, a great coach here at Duke. They're going to honor him on Sunday as they're going to name the corridor of the Cameron Indoor Stadium after Vic Bubas. And I think that's fantastic.
Great ball game here. Duke trying to work its way back into it. Jason Williams for three. Too strong. Long rebound. Here comes Curry. Nice pass ahead. Forte with a layup.
And that's where Forte excels. In transition, in the open court. North Carolina doing a nice job getting out in transition.
Forte has 17. The lead's back to 6.
This North Carolina team has grown up so much from the beginning of the year. They've matured defensively. They have a better understanding of what a good shot is. Credit to their coach.
Dunleavy's been quiet. This one nearly thrown away. 11 on the shot clock for Williams. Into the lane. Good penetration. Got it to Boozer, and he is fouled by Haywood.
Carlos Boozer 1 for 3 up until this point in the game. Having a tough time getting good looks on the inside.
And Dick, this was huge. That was 4 on Haywood.
Yeah, that is big because they got a 3-man rotation in the low blocks with Lang, Haywood, and Peppers. But you can't afford to lose Haywood, especially coming down the stretch. This is big right now, Mike, making free throws, something Duke has not done tonight.
8 of 18 from the line.
You know, coming in the game, they're shooting 72% as a team. That's not even close.
Now Boozer's 1 out of 3.
North Carolina was shooting 64%. In fact, 3 of their starters, Curry 41.4, Haywood 48.6, and you take a look at 57.6. Look at the numbers here tonight versus 14-6 a game.
And Dick, you'd probably have to go back 30 or 40 years to find a North Carolina team that didn't shoot free throws well.
Exactly. That was a trademark during Dean's era. Shot selection, high percentage field goal.
5-point lead under 7 minutes to go. Peppers so strong inside, but Boozer got a piece of it.
Nice pass by Ron Curry. I'll tell you, he made a great look inside the Peppers. Good man-to-man defense by North Carolina now. Challenging the threes.
Nate James, good head fake to get open for 3, but he missed it. Battier got a hand on it, but Peppers fought him off, and the loose ball goes to Forte.
And this is what Forte likes. Open court. He wants a screen. Good switch right there.
14 rebounds tonight for Joseph Forte. Curry clanks a 3 off the glass.
They did a good job reversing the ball, got the open look.
Foul before the shot.
I think
and it will be on Curry. That's his 3rd.
You know, it's amazing, Mike Krzyzewski, when you think about what he's achieved. 23 in a row on a road in the ACC is incredible.
You can't do that.
53-2 in the last 55 games in the ACC.
You can't do that either.
Exactly. I mean, that's just amazing numbers. And that's what losing a lot of players when you talk about guys moving on, as you see Duke on the free throw line tonight versus the season. 9 for 20. I mean, I could go out there.
And another miss.
Oh, you're not going to get back in the game if you can't make free
can
throws.
shoot 45%. I've seen you.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Of course, nobody wants a 45% free throw shooter.
They need to stop right here, Duke.
Capel had it stripped. Loose ball. Dunleavy
nice
tips
play.
it ahead.
What a nice play. Dunleavy gets credit for that. He gets the deuce, Jason Williams. But what about the anticipation of Dunleavy?
Exactly.
Great play. Great anticipation, baby.
Williams has 22. Duke has cut the lead to 3.
Oh, it's everything we thought it'd be. Duke and North Carolina, 7-0 in the ACC, ranked in the top 4 in America. And there goes Jason Williams. Look at that strong body. Look at the great lift, the great bounce, the best point guard in America. He's a PTP here, baby. He's a prime-time performer.
5 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the ball game. If you joined us late, it has been a tremendous performance by Capel and Forte. They have combined for 32 points. Duke has been led by James and Williams, who combined for 38.
And also, Mike, remember this, out of the gate, a great performance by Haywood and Lang to establish some dominance in the lane right out of the start to give them confidence. Hold me back, Mike. I got so much I want to say, Mike.
Where did that go, Dick? I mean, they really got the big guys working inside. Where did that go?
Exactly. They got to go back to it. Oh, it's a great one, baby.
The lead is 3. Adam Boone is in to run the club. This is Peppers.
Peppers with a lot of quality time, a lot of QT. There it is.
Forte, bad pass, picked off by Battier.
Yeah, they telegraphed that, baby. Dump it inside. That's how we should go to Boozer.
Boozer challenging Haywood with 4 fouls. Haywood with a block. What great defense.
He has really been blocking shots lately. His last 6 games, 5.5. He broke Sam Perkins' record as a shot blocker, the best one in the history of North Carolina. Take a look inside. They go to Boozer. Great look inside. Tough shot right here. Mr. Haywood says, thou shalt not enter thy lane. It's my lane. Don't enter it, Carlos.
Ever wonder how your favorite athletes spend their days off? Here's a chance to find out. ESPN debuts its newest series, The Life. It's on every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. The Life, an all-access pass to athletes' lives off the field. One of these days, we will let Dickie V be a subject of The Life, and you'll really see a busy day.
I'll tell you one thing about this place. I've been here I don't know how many games, but you just walk in this place and it just blows you away as you look here at the scoring comparison between the front court and the back courts. Duke and the edge in the back court. North Carolina with the edge on the front court.
Dick, there are some places that you just identify. I mean, college basketball, to me, this is it. You go to Yankee Stadium or Fenway Park or Wrigley Field, that's baseball, and you know it. This is basketball.
College football, you go into the Golden Dome, baby, and you see the new
Horseshoe at Michigan. 5 minutes to go.
Here we go. Winning time, the last 5 minutes. As Al McGuire would say, this was knee-knocking time, baby.
Boone against Williams, and Jason Williams called for the foul.
Right in front of Matt Doherty, who knows a little bit about what this game was about in '84. He made a big shot to send the game into overtime, and North Carolina was able to prevail. They were supposed to go to Jordan, but Doherty took the shot. The kid from East Meadow is starting to become a big name in the coaching fraternity. There's the foul. You can see that here, a little bump. Right in front of Matt Doherty. If he didn't call that, Matt Doherty would have called it.
Curry with a fresh 35 on the shot clock. Forte for 3. Got it!
I'll tell you, big players want to make big shots. Our guy, Brad Doherty, was a big player, and he wanted to make big shots. Joseph Forte goes for the big one. Now here's
Forte with 20 points and 14 rebounds. Battier, big answer.
I was just going to say, Mike, and not because he made that. Again, and it's easy to second guess where we are. I think you know what I was thinking. Wide a 2-3 zone.
Battier and Williams will start drooling the next time they see it.
I know his thinking. He wants to protect Haywood, who's in foul trouble.
Capel got away from Dunleavy. Battier with a rebound and a foul on the rebound.
See, his thinking process is, and it's a good one and a solid one, is because Haywood has 4 fouls, let's keep him in a game and keep him in a 3-second area. Matt Doherty, what a winner. I love the quotes out of Roy Williams, his mentor, one of the Rolls-Royce coaches in college. He said, Matthew will never be intimidated. As you look at the 15 off the glass, that shocks me, not the 17 points. I love, Roy Williams had some great quotes about Matt Doherty, calling him Matthew. He said, Matthew loves challenges.
Here's the key to this ball game right now. Duke has hit only 9 of 21 free throws. Battier is 0 for 1. This is an excellent free throw shooting team. If they're going to win this game, they better make them.
Well, right now, you start charting them in the last 4 minutes, you'll see that stat jump big time. We talked about in SportsCenter today with Trey Wingo about how that edge would go to Duke, but it has not gotten to Duke thus far. Let's see the last 4 minutes.
And it's hard to imagine because that's when you're so tired, especially when you play so many minutes.
Yeah, but the adrenaline, man. You really react to pressure, especially these kids. They're very resilient.
It's a 2-point game.
Joseph Forte will never run from the big shot.
Curry, bad pass picked off by Battier. Who else?
Smart play, good basketball IQ, bringing it back.
Williams for the lead.
And that's even a better decision right there. Bringing it to the trifecta man. Oh, the house is rocking.
Haywood to Peppers down the lane. A lot of contact. Nothing. Haywood foul.
He got bumped. Good call. They had the ball on top, and he got bumped with the body. Now he's got to make free throws. And remember, we're talking about a guy shooting 51.6% on the line.
You know, a couple of big ones in the Maryland game that helped them win it.
You know what he did Christmas Day? Talking about this is unbelievable. Christmas Day, to show you his dedication, he went to his high school in Greensboro, and he was at the high school for an hour and a half shooting hundreds of free throws.
That's pretty good.
Brendan Haywood. So it's not that he doesn't work on it. And I know they work on it. Every kid in North Carolina must make 9 out of 10 before they leave the gym.
He's hit 2 out of 4 tonight. Now make it 3 out of 5. The lead back to... check it. It's a tie now at 71 as that three-pointer gave Duke the lead.
Another classic in the annals of Duke and North Carolina. 7-0 both clubs in conference play.
4 out of 6 from the line for Haywood. He's given his team the advantage back. It was an unbelievable ball game. Maryland playing as well as it conceivably could for 39 minutes, was beating up on second-ranked Duke. But then at the end of the half, Duke pulled one out of the hat to get a bucket. Then came the final minute. Jason Williams took over. 2 threes from Williams. Maryland with a chance at the end of regulation, couldn't convert, and it was over in overtime. Duke wins it 98-96. It became an instant classic. You'll be able to see it Thursday, February 22nd, 9 o'clock. Number 2 Duke, number 10 Maryland. Believe me, if you just tune in for the last minute of regulation, you'll see something you may never see again in your life.
It was the most incredible finish I've ever seen. There's that zone now, trying to protect Haywood on the interior. Now going to try to dribble into gaps. There's the gap.
Williams to Boozer, blocked by Haywood, playing with 4 fouls. He's got his 5th block.
I'll tell you, he's done a great job in timing. His rhythm and his timing and blocking shots is excellent. I like him. There's no doubt he's an NBA first rounder when he learns a little bit more how to open up his body in the post, get a little bigger.
2:55 to go. This is Capel with 14 on the shot clock.
He's got to add a little jump hook.
Haywood against Boozer. Has a skip pass picked off by Dunleavy, and Dunleavy is fouled immediately by Curry.
Coach K down his stretch has won a lot of close games in his career. He's been the NABC Coach of the Decade. He's been Coach of the Year 10 times. His amazing achievements as Matt Doherty, his first game as a coach here, and certainly it'll be one of many in his coaching tenure at North Carolina.
4 on Curry, and another thing on Mike Krzyzewski, he is approaching his 600th career victory in the history of college basketball. Only 23 other men have ever done that. And Duke continues to kill itself at the free throw line.
They really have been a nightmare at the line. One of their strengths.
12 out of 25, Dick. They are shooting 48%.
And that's a shocker, especially at home.
If they lose this game, they'll look back at this. Peppers, nice play inside.
And Peppers coming in with a lot of time here down the stretch, getting QT, quality time. Lang on the sideline. Good offensive rebound.
The crowd on its feet.
Got to drive into the gap of that zone and kick it right or left. There's
Dunleavy. Too strong on the 3. James couldn't keep it alive, and here comes Forte. 15 rebounds tonight for Joseph Forte. A remarkable performance on his part.
Nice change of direction right there by Forte to get into the lane and create an opportunity to go to the foul line. Officials have done a solid job. We haven't even called their names tonight.
Jason Williams just picked up his 4th foul.
John Clockerty, Bob Donato, and Mike Wood on the game.
20 points for Forte, but he's missed both free throws.
If he converts this, you're looking at another potential miracle finish for Duke, putting himself in a situation to have to come back with another miracle finish.
Forte in the top 10 in the ACC in free throw shooting. He's number 6. He's the number 3 scorer, and he's 10th in assists. You overlook his passing sometimes. He's outstanding.
It's going to be a battle for All-American at the guard slot between Forte and Casey Jacobson. Here's a 5-point deficit. They need a score here. That's the timeout. This is a big, big possession.
Check in with Brad Daugherty. Brad.
Mike, I've watched Joseph Forte the past several possessions. It seems as if his knee or his ankle, I'm trying to clarify, seems to be bothering him. He's showing a lot of guts. And hey, Dick, how about Joe Forte as Player of the Year? What a candidate he would be.
I'll tell you, Brad, right now, on a poll we have on my website, he is actually leading selections by the fans. He is leading going into tonight. There he is with a change of direction, and he gets bumped. I'll tell you, Brad, what I like about him, and you as a great player, I know have great respect for players that want to take the shot at the big moment, and he wants to do that, Brad.
He really hunts for the basketball at the end of the game. That's right, leadership. That's what it's all about. He shows a lot of heart. What an excellent young player, Joseph Forte.
I want to know one thing. Be honest with me. Is your heart pumping that your heels are up?
I'm cool as a cucumber, Dick. Ice water.
Jay Billis is nervous in the studio.
It is a 5-point lead for North Carolina.
Inside, outside. Go to Boozer and kick it out.
Dunleavy against Capel. 1:41 left in this ball game.
They're extending that zone, but there's the gap.
Dunleavy for 3, and he looked hesitant on that one.
That was a big, big miss. They got to manage the clock right now. Remember we saw Curry miss 5? See the foul deliberately? Even though it's not going to be called intentional, but they're going to make him go to the line.
Well, they're going to go after Ronald Curry. He has only hit 12 of 28 free throws all year long. That is 42.9%. And he had a terrible time down the stretch in a couple of games.
Well, remember you and I did the Virginia game, and I kept screaming, and he said nothing against Ron Curry, but you go with stats, you got to foul him. And I said you got to get him on a line. And they did, and he missed 5.
Now, this is interesting. Curry is down.
They can bring somebody in to shoot.
If he is injured, they can bring someone else in to shoot. They're looking at Max Owens, who is an 80% free throw shooter.
That's a good trade-off. You don't want to see any kid hurt, though. He looks like he's okay, but he's going to go to the sideline.
He may have been hit in the knee.
He can come back in after the next dead ball.
Yeah, but I tell you what, if he goes out and comes back in after the next dead ball, there's going to be a howl of protest.
But he's
you can't fake injuries.
No, he's allowed to do that, though, Mike, according to the book. But what a trade-off getting the 80% free throw shooter.
Owens at the line. It is a 5-point game, and you could see Battier's leg bang into Curry.
And remember this, though. It's tough coming off the bench. He's not tough for him, though. It's usually tough just stepping out there where you haven't been in the flow of the game.
Owens has got the good stroke. He has 6 points. Each team has 2 timeouts left. We are in the 1-and-1.
Wow. Wow.
And soon to be in the double bonus.
What a great effort by North Carolina to place them in a position to win here on the road.
They are up 78-71. Matt Daugherty has seen this place a lot of times, but his first as a head coach, and now Duke really needs something special.
They are reeling right now. They got to convert in this possession. This is a must.
Williams for 3, that's huge.
And that's what he does, comes up with big plays, and they get a timeout.
You know, Jason Williams has 28 points, Dick. He's special.
How effective they've been on this floor. They had 46 in a row before Maryland beat them on this floor at home. 31 in the ACC. They're going to kick it out. I mean, that's an NBA. I mean, he shot that from Raleigh, North Carolina. I mean, that was not here in Durham. He's shooting that. That's NBA trifecta land. Great range, the seams, the rotation, the backspin.
Williams is #1 in the ACC in long-range shooting. Came into the game, he hit 63 of 134 three-point shots. That's 47%.
Yeah, he's a big-time scorer and a big-time shooter and a handler, and that's why he's the premier guard in America.
Now, you can look down. Ron Curry has an ice pack on his left eye. I think that's where he was banged into. Here's the last loss. A year ago, Maryland came down here and beat them on their home court, 98-87. They have only lost 2 of the last 55 regular season ACC games.
Yeah, the last loss in the ACC was Maryland, but they also lost to St. John's. Mike Jarvis's kids beat them here a couple of games after the Maryland game. Now they need a defensive stop.
105 and counting in a 4-point game, and Forte has been sensational.
He's unstoppable if he gets in a 3-second area. Peppers got hurt. Peppers got hurt. He's trying to gut it out.
It's a 6-point lead. Dunleavy, basket counts and a foul.
He's hurt.
They're going to call a foul on Capel, who was limping before the shot and went down hard.
And we're way up here. I was saying Peppers. I meant Capel from where we're sitting so
25,
far in the corner.
not 45.
Yeah, here it is. There's the drive, goes down the lane. They get the block on Capel. One of those calls you can sit there all night. Ooh, I don't know.
Well, on that call, the only thing you have to do is you have to watch when the feet leave the floor. If the player's still moving when the feet leave the floor, it's going to be against the defender.
I mean, people should see where we are. We got pipes in front of us. We're out in the far baseline corner. See, Capel, look at him live. He's hopping. Dunleavy knows it, so now he wants to attack the basket to take advantage of the open lane.
All you have to do is watch the shooter's feet. If they leave the floor, he's got to have a place to come down, and you can't occupy it after he's taken off.
It was cramps, it looked like. Confirmed from downstairs that it was cramps for Capel.
So Capel suffering from cramps. Curry has an ice bag on his leg. And now here's been the Achilles heel for Duke. 11 of 24 from the free throw line tonight. 2 out of 4 from Dunleavy.
This is a big free throw because it makes it a one-possession game if he scores here. If he converts on this line, it becomes a one-possession game.
He does, 80 to 77.
Here comes the pressure.
Here's the pass ahead. Picked up by Battier, but he lost it. Peppers.
They're going to call a charge.
Crockett with the goal, waves it off. Holy cow, what a turnaround. I think they're going to call an illegal pick.
On Lang, possibly?
Yeah.
On Lang, on Lang. Oh, yes, that's a good call. That's a good call. Freeze it right here, freeze it. Watch this right here, this action. Watch that action right there. There it is. See right there. Oh, there's no doubt about it, Mike. A blind man like me can see it way up here. Clougherty with a great call. Oh, yeah, he screens him right out of the way. Screens him right out of the way. What a turnaround. Think about this. Peppers has the deuce to get it to 5. Instead, it's 3, and you're shooting a 2 shots down here at this end.
Jason Williams, like the rest of his teammates, has struggled from the line tonight, even though he has 28 points. He's only hit 3 of 8. Can they make him at crunch time?
I think they can. I really do. I think they're the kind of kids they are. They got great character, very resilient kind of kids. They respond to pressure. You saw it better than I. You were there. You witnessed it.
Against Maryland, they responded to the most intense kind of pressure because the Terrapins had outplayed them the entire game. They had not played well, and then all of a sudden, 1 minute to go in the game, I think they realized they were Duke and what they had to do, and they got some breaks, and they took advantage of it.
Winners make those kind of plays, but I'll tell you this night right now, North Carolina has come in here with a great game plan. They've executed and have played superb basketball on the road.
Dick, I know you're going to be glued to your set February 2nd through the 6th. ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC as some of the greatest extreme athletes compete in the Winter X Games, the 5th annual and the 2nd from Snow Mountain, Vermont. For more information, log on to ESPN.
That's fun.
And we've got a preview of the Winter X Games coming up.
I'll tell you, we got a nice preview right here. Just what we anticipated. A nail-biter, a mail-ox smasher, coming down and making free throws. The team that's excelled during the year on the free throw line, having a tough time tonight, as Mike has told you repeatedly, has really struggled.
Capel is back in the ball game. Good news for North Carolina. Williams will go to the line. He's hit only 3 out of 8 free throws, but still has 28 points. He's buried 6 threes in this ball game, and she can't watch.
You know, when you think about, for example, the situation where Maryland, Blake goes out of the game, they struggle without their point guard. In this situation, they go without Curry, and they struggle, but they miss another free throw. I mean, it's incredible. It's been Brick City on that free throw line.
3 out of 9 for a guy who's a 75% shooter.
Here comes Curry on the floor to give him another ball handler, give him some experience. You got to go right after Curry. If he scores here, as soon as he touches the ball, I wouldn't let the clock run. I'd go right after him and let him have to beat me on that line.
I'm really surprised he's back in the ball game. for that very reason. Williams hits the second. It's a 2-point game.
I would not let them take a lot of time off the clock, especially if the ball goes in Curry's hands.
Forte across the
You don't want to foul him.
Here's the double team. Peppers.
Underneath the
and blocked by Williams. What a block!
Oh, what a defensive block by the guard.
Duke can win it. They're down by 2. Williams for 3. Rush the shot, and Dunleavy commits a foul over the back.
What a defensive stop by Jason Williams.
But then he comes to the other end of the court. That shot was so
Too quick. Yes, he shot it. Now watch this recovery right now by Jason Williams. We're talking about a guard. Look at him sky, like a skywalker. He gets it all. I'm going to watch him right now as the trail man in a defensive transition. And there's the block.
Now you put an excellent free throw shooter on the line in Jason Capel, but it's his first trip to the line tonight. He's 5th in the ACC. He has hit 34 of his last 39 from the strike.
Yeah, he's been like automatic on the line, and he's also a clutch kid and a kid who's had a great night here today. As his brother played for Duke, Jeff. Cameron Traces are at full force now.
Got the first.
That's a way to quiet him down.
This would make it a 2-possession game.
Plenty of time left for a miracle to happen.
North Carolina 9 out of 13 from the line.
And that edge is supposed to go. That edge, according to all the experts, was supposed to go to Duke.
4-point game. Williams, Dunleavy. Back to Williams. Haywood goaltending.
Yeah, you got to score that goal. And really a good decision, getting the quick deuce. Don't have to think about 3 there.
20.2. Now you've got to foul or get the steal. Haywood will come out of the ball game. Owens will come in. Curry is still in there, and Duke would love to see Curry get the basketball.
Yeah, I let him step to the basketball. See, I wouldn't deny him the ball. I let him step to the ball.
They did, but Owens got there too.
Smart with the trail man, and you want to go Forte and Capel. See, right now, he gets rid of it real
Curry,
quick.
nice job giving the ball up. Very smart. Now they've got a foul, and they'll foul Capel with 9.3 to go.
What a
great awareness there by Ron Curry. He knew he was the marked man. They were going to come flying at him. He got rid of the ball.
And, you know, they have to be very careful of the intentional foul, which would be 2 shots in the ball. But he showed great basketball IQ, Mike, anticipating, immediately making that pass. There's a lot of love going on in that Carolina bench. Franklin Lane, Franklin Avenue would be jumping with joy down at 23s.
Jason Capel has a season-high 19 points. He is 2 out of 2 from the line. He started out strong and continued that way. Here's what they've done tonight. You see Duke shooting almost twice as many, but they've only made 3 more.
I tell you, they're ready to celebrate down at Franklin Avenue down here in Chapel Hill. Matt Doherty told me on a bus it took them about 18 minutes to get here. And I know there'll be an unbelievable reception with them coming home if they get this W.
Capel made his first 2. He can virtually ice it. Of course, we have seen miracles happen. He misses the first. Duke is still alive. The best he can do is make it a 3-point game.
Well, if he makes it 3, we get back to that argument again about do you foul him and not give him the 3. As lethal as Duke is shooting the 3, I would not give him the 3.
You might want to foul him tonight. They haven't been able to hit him.
But you got to make certain that you don't foul intentionally, that you got to go for the ball.
It is a 3-point game, 9.3 seconds to go.
I would not let them shoot the 3. I would not allow them to shoot the 3. Let them take time off.
They have to double clutch it. Are you kidding?
Are you kidding? There it is again. There it is again. Don't let him shoot the 3. Jimmy Valvano and I have been screaming about that for years. Jimmy V used to say it all the time. You're under 10 seconds. I don't care what they say about, well, you know, they could tip one in from the free throw line. That's too many good things have to happen.
Great defense by Haywood, but he got it to Dunleavy.
You don't allow them to shoot the 3, baby. Look at the reaction.
And, Dick, how clutch is that for Dunleavy? He was hesitant on his previous 3-point drive. No hesitation here, man. He just drained it.
He's not hesitant there. He knows that baby's going down. but there's still time for a shot now, and you got to be careful of fouling. Mike, I'm not just saying it now. I said it prior to him shooting it.
Yes, you did.
I mean it from my heart. I've seen it so many times where teams have allowed that opportunity, and it's been overtime. You saw it the other night. I mean, it's just one time after another.
We thought this might be a decent game.
Oh, what a classic. What a classic. North Carolina Duke.
10 lead changes, 5 ties. Carolina with a chance to win it.
You don't want to foul.
Haywood, contact and the foul on Battier. Are you kidding?
Did they call a foul out on the perimeter?
Shane Battier into Haywood.
Oh, my dear. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Take a look at the reaction for the ball. There's the contact.
That's a good call.
Is it incidental? It is a good call. He made contact. He made contact. His body ended up making contact. Look at Doherty yelling, foul, foul.
Well, I think he was right, Dick. I mean, you just can't crash into somebody.
No, you can't call that incidental. He didn't want to make contact by crashing into him, but his body definitely did, Mike.
And now Haywood is going to go to the free throw line with only 1.2 seconds to go. And in a tie game, he is 4 of 6 from the line. He's got a chance to win it.
He can win the game. He got a chance, most likely, to win the game right here. And they're without Battier if it ever did go to overtime.
12 points, 10 rebounds.
Battier was trying to step into the lane, lost control of his body, and made contact.
Are these huge for Brendan Haywood? He will get 2 shots.
Coming into the game as a 51% shooter on the line, but tonight, as you said, Mike, he's been effective. 4 for 6. 4 for 6.
And the crowd is going to make as much noise as it can. Stroke by the 7-footer.
I mean, there was no doubt the way he stroked that one. I thought he played brilliantly defensively with the 4 fouls. The shots he blocked on Boozer. He took Boozer's effectiveness away on the inside. And here it is now, stepping up.
Well, Haywood's going to have quite a line in this game. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 6 blocked shots. Now he's going to get another shot with 1.2 seconds to go. Really, he might be better off if they miss this. It burns time off the clock.
Exactly. Trying to let him take it in bounds like they did at the end of the half in a Maryland game.
Haywood makes them both. And now Duke is going to use a timeout with 1.2 seconds to go.
Well,
go back to the end of the first half of the Maryland game. Almost no time left. They go a length of the court pass, and they get a layup.
Well, go to 1992.
Exactly.
Let's go to Kentucky and go to Duke. The greatest game. Alexander Wolf wrote about it in Sports Illustrated when it happened as Forte is the game superstar, the P.T. Pierre, the player of the game. Look at those numbers, 24 and 16. Just an incredible performance.
New York Life player of the game, Joseph Forte. He and Capel were sensational.
Remember Hill to Leitner. There's Forte, a steal, a conversion off to transition. There he is with the medium range jump shot. The All-American responding. Nice little cut, backdoor. There's the three-point shot. Just a prolific scorer. Loves to get in a 3-second area. The P.T. Pierre came down to this play right here. Battier, Defensive Player of the Year. There's no doubt about the contact. No doubt. Some people would say incidental, away from the basket. Let the kids win or lose it. But the bottom line is he made contact. And that, my friends, is a foul.
Duke with 1.2 seconds to go. They're down by 1. Shane Battier, all he can do right now is watch.
You know, a lot of people out there say, oh, there's a conspiracy. Duke gets all the calls. I mean, if they didn't make that call, people would really be going bananas. Now,
I certainly thought it was a legitimate call.
Yeah, I did too. Watch this now. Remember, the clock doesn't start until the ball touches someone.
Dunleavy will inbound. It's Duhon from half court.
Oh, it was right there. It was close. Matt Doherty gets the big win. 8-0 now. Chapel Hill, Franklin Avenue will be rocking and rolling, baby.
That's the story from Duke. 85-83, number 4 knocks off number 2. For Dick